Welcome. This is going to be another review, sort of another watch review done. This is from the Ciga Design Z Series Titanium Edition. It's going to be talking about the watch and some of the stuff that goes with it. As usual, I'll start with a little bit around the company. Ciga Design, company based out of China. You buy them in the UK through the Ciga Design UK websites. This one was bought through the Indiegogo, which I'll talk about. They seem to basically design sort of fairly quirky watches, dare I say, for budget prices. And company-wise, they've had a lot of flack from people buying this watch because of delivery times and all this stuff. And I'll give fair play to them. They've got an online Facebook page they responded quite well. They've responded to my emails quite well. They work out China and all their produce, as you can imagine, as they started really uplifting in January, coronavirus hit. It pretty much wiped out their capacity to produce, package and send out the box. So yes, a lot of people have been waiting a long time. A lot of people have been very angry at that. I generally think Ciga Design have done quite well with how they've responded to it. It was a global pandemic and they're a small company that have only been operating for 5 to 10 years. So they've done well from that. This watch, the Titanium Edition, is only available on the Indiegogo page. Now that's a slightly odd system to buy. I've never used it before. You buy perks, I'm using my air quotes there, perks. Kind of makes you think you're getting a special edition. It's like only 400 perks left. You buy it, you come back an hour later and there's still only 400 perks left. It very much gave the impression you were buying a limited edition type deal, like if you don't buy now it's going to go in price or you're going to run out of stock. Clearly it's not the case. I imagine Ciga Design are going to sell as many titanium watches as they've got a market for, and then once they finish there we'll probably flog it on their main page. So whilst I've had no issues with buying from it, be warned, it makes out something it's not, is my humble opinion. Right, go to the watch then. Right, I'm not going to. The box is always interesting, but you don't buy a watch for the box. But this one is quite phenomenal, really. So the main box ships like this. In it is the actual main package, so quite nicely packed considering it's been bouncing around from China. We'll get rid of that box because no one cares. Now this is it. This is a thing of beauty, really. Compared to all the other watches, when this arrives, you sort of take a bit of note. It's a lovely packaged box. It's got a couple of German design awards, and as you open it up, a bit like a book, it would mention even more of the awards it's won. It has won something called the Red Dot Award, although do a bit of research into it. To basically win a Red Dot Award, you have to pay to register to be in the process. And then to win the award, you have to pay money to basically get affiliated to use that award. I would suggest you are buying the award a little bit. Anyway, this arrives, it literally looks like a book. Here we are, talking there about the Red Dot Awards, a bit of history around this design stuff, and you get your first glimpse at the watch. The audible heartbeat of the machine. You can see it's rotating where it's been using. The next page rolls over and you get your first glimpse of what it is you've bought. On the left, all the information around it. So what's it made from, the crystal, case back, etc., etc. Dimensions, 48mm length, 40.8 in width, 12.3 in thickness. Titanium, obviously this is the titanium. They do stainless steel versions of this, and I'll talk about them at the end because I actually think they're probably the models to go for. Bit of a shock horror there. Talked about all the stuff. Water resistant, 380M. Basically, don't get this thing wet. You're best off at maybe a shower at best, but avoid water at all costs. And then you talk about the straps, and I talk about the movement. It actually tells you. The good thing about this watch, it's a naked watch, and it tells you everything. It tells you what the seagull movement is, which one it is, all the facts on it, and all that stuff. So it's the seagull AAA class self-winding mechanism. So you can go and research it. And this watch is literally hiding nothing about itself. And then if you turn the next page over, you get a bit more of how it works, including sort of how the dials work and how you can work out if you've got power or not, etc., etc., and how the class works. So really sexy and exciting, dare I say. I'll cover straps afterwards. They are probably the weak aspect of this watch. So we'll then do the actual watch review itself. And obviously I've got my warranty card coming out there as well. Again, get this to the side. We're not as exciting as it is. It's not why we buy the watch. Right. So the Ciga Design titanium naked watch. Yeah. As I said, it is hiding absolutely nothing. And it is a really, in my opinion, a really good looking watch. It's not without a few faults, but it's a good looking watch. So we'll start from the outside. It is titanium. It is very light. If I compare it to all my other dive watches here, it's literally, if you put it on a set of scales, it'd go like that, smash. Yeah, this is a really light watch. From the outside, it's got the curved design there, so the sapphire case, you can see there, it's got a nice curve to it. It's got the Ciga Design on one side. It's got a couple of like little raised knurls and then sort of the dial. Again, just kind of keeps it a bit so it doesn't jut out so much. You've got a serial number there, nothing on that side. And on the back says titanium case and water resistant 380Ms. A couple of real nice little features on the outside before we start going to inside. A couple of little screws there. Now they don't, if you look at them, they don't actually seem to hold anything in place. They're sort of like design screws. Got nice little sort of air vents, on a better word, on that side. And just about, I'm not sure you can see it on this camera, the shaft between the dial and the actual body, they've anodised red. Again, nice little feature, just adds a little bit of red to that thing. Yeah, really, really impressive. Feels like everything sits really flush. It's not jumping out. It feels like it's actually been put together quite well, considering the cost. This is a fairly cheap £200-300 watch, depending on the deal you get. So yeah, for a fully automatic titanium watch, it was just, that's a good value. So we'll start with the face. A couple of good points. You can see what they've done is they've got the movement plonked in the middle, and they've put essentially like a little holding bracket / chassis, I suppose you want to call that sort of thing, to hold it in place. Try to get it nice so you can see that. That's just what the anodised grey. So there's like the Ciga Design on it. Everything you can see there is visible. There's nothing hidden, which is the whole point of the watch. Some people have said it's a bit of a knockoff to a Richard Mille or a Richard Mille, however you want to pronounce it. To be honest, I think it looks a bit better than some of those. Some of them are quite garish, but then if I could afford 300 grand on a watch, I wouldn't worry about that, would I? The hands, pretty good. They've got little red bits on the end. They do have little white bits underneath. You can just make out they are got some lume in them, although you might as well not bother because you're not going to use this at night. And the second hand is all red. Probably the first problem you come against to it is its usability. It isn't quick at telling the time. If you look at this, you look at it and go, it takes a couple of seconds to work out what time it is. 3 people I've shown it to have all gone, wow, that's beautiful, followed by, yeah, I can't work out what time it's saying though. So it's not the watch's fault, it's the way it's designed, if that makes sense. It's just, it's a thing of beauty as opposed to a thing of function. You do have little indices at the top for the, for all the hours, double ones for the 12, 3, 6 and 9, and singles for the other ones. I think they missed a trick there. Had they made those red to match the hands, not only I think would it look slightly sporty and slightly better, it would have actually been a lot more usable. That said, they chose not to do it. You can tell the time, it just, it's not the easiest thing to try and do. And then you can see all the various power wheels, mechanisms, the jewels, etc. rotating around. Setting the time is pretty easy. Just pull that out, you work out what the time is. It's nearly 10 to 4. And you just set it, push. The big wheel at the top is your power reserve, so you spin that, you can see there it tightens up. The coils at the top, and they get all more or less wound and tight. Once you've done that around 20 to 30 times, it's wound and it will run. It gives you the power reserve. I've pretty much had about 36 hours, a day and a half, and then if I put it back up, it stopped working. That's more than adequate for a watch this size. Right, flip it over, and on the back you've obviously got the sort of the balance, the weight there that sort of helps you. Again, reminds you it's titanium, reminds you it's water resistant. Water resistant is a bit of a joke. People online who've said they've got it wet have had really bad issues with it. clearly all the bits, the holes there, nothing is watertight, nothing is hermetically sealed. So as I said, I would personally be keeping this well away from water. Then it's got the actual 4 lugs that hold it in place. That essentially is the watch. My view on the watch itself is you either like this or you don't. I think it's actually absolutely beautiful. You can see all the way through it from both sides. As I said, everyone who's seen it has just said to me, wow, that is an impressive looking watch. I do think they could have been a bit more functional with how they helped it tell the time. Right, to get it onto your wrist, well, there's 2 straps that come with it. You get a silicone sort of rubber strap that comes in either black or it comes in orange. Not quite sure why you'd buy orange when everything else is red on it, but there you go. And you get sort of a leather, genuine leather, sort of crocodile pattern strap. This is quite horrible, if I'm entirely honest, and general conditions online, and I fully agree when it arrived. It looks cheap, feels cheap. I know you're supposed to wear that to break it in a little bit. There's just nothing particularly nice about this strap on. That goes onto the watch fairly easily. You literally, I'll borrow a little tool. There we are. Snaps on. It just looks plastic and tacky, and there is nothing nice about it. It does have, I forgot about that, so it's ruining my tool. It does have a little catch to release it. And it comes off. Like I said, very few people have actually said anything complimentary about the leather strap, and when it arrived, I tried it on, I put it on twice. Get rid of that. Rubber strap, a lot nicer. It's a silicone rubber strap. Again, feels much nicer on the wrist when it goes on. Takes a couple of seconds to add it in. He says. There we are. So very quick to fit on. Nice looking watch, goes on easy enough. There we are. Sits nicely on the wrist. Sits quite flush. It's quite a big watch, so if you've got someone with small wrists, be mindful of that. My wife tried it on and swapped her wrist, but yeah, it goes really well. The good thing about it, it's got a 22mm wrist strap thing, so you can actually buy other straps that kind of go really well with it. And I'm going to show you 2 that I bought. So these, although these are the original Ciga straps, I've pretty much got rid of them. I'm not really wearing these anymore. I bought 2 which I think are much better. I've got these were just from Amazon, nothing particularly fancy from them. So these are just literally silicone rubber, but they've got that sort of strip of red. I brought this, which is an Enma one. I did as well buy a different Ciga watch. They do sell a limited edition red strap. But I'm afraid I don't really like this one either. So if I bring it up to you, it's got on one side, it's got 2020, obviously the year this watch has been rolled out. And on the other side, it's got somewhat hideous pattern of pounds and dollars and different currencies. I'll show you what it's like, just for those people who want to see it. For me, I don't know, just it's a bit garish, a bit tacky. It's probably the only way I can describe it. I kind of wish they'd left this red design watch similar to the other one that came with it. So that's what it looks like, all attached. Again, I've worn this once. I'm probably going to flog it if I'm entirely honest. Other people seem to rave and love it, in which case feel free. But yeah, I'm not even going to bother tying it up because it's not staying on my wrist. It's not staying on there. That's what it looks like on. Just a real shame. Nice colour. The inside feels quite nice. It's slightly better than the other one. The other one's got like some weird no pattern. This has actually kind of got like a little bit, so little skin breathe a little bit, but I really just don't like all those dollar signs. I think it's just tacky. So should be nice. Suffice to say, it's probably going on the market for someone else if they wish to purchase it. Okay, anyway, so 2 watch straps I do like, and what I'm going to do is these take a little bit of time, so I've got to use a device to get them in. I'll probably pause the video, come back to it, and have a quick show what the straps feel like. So wait on. So here we are, as promised. Played around with it. This was a strap I bought off Amazon. Just a stainless steel 5-link, single sort of clasp with a catch on it. And again, I think since it's stainless steel and that's titanium, it matches it really well. It kind of makes it look a bit classier in my opinion. Sits on the wrist. Yeah, much nicer. I think it makes it, again, looks like a really, really nice watch, personally. Again, fit for a 15 quid strap. The Ciga Design do a metal Moranis strap. Doesn't look particularly great, dare I say it. Personally, for the sake of the minute, I think for 15 quid, that sort of strap looks much better if you're gonna want to wear it with that. I'll change it to the last strap, and then I'll have a quick finish off with my conclusion about the watch. And as promised, here's probably what I think is my favourite watch strap. I think this really makes it. It's like a bit like a racing watch strap. That's something you see on a sort of that sort of chronograph race watch series. This was nice, simple. That was the end of the watch, not the face. Don't worry. I think it was £12–15 on Amazon. This, for me, just adds to the watch. The red matches the actual watch on the hands on the watch. When it looks on, it just feels nice, looks nice. For me, this is a watch that strap's probably going to remain on this watch the entire time I own it. Right, so going back to the watch. One thing I haven't discussed is the noise of it. You'll hear a lot of people on the web pages talk about the noisy level of this watch. I'll see if I can give you a bit of a taste of it as you listen in. So that's how noisy this one is. I'll give you my automatic dive watch, see if you can hear this one. So probably nothing compared to. Right, noise level on it. Is it noisier than the other automatic watches I own? Yes, it is. Probably because quite a lot of people say it's got nothing to dampen the sound. There is nothing between the mechanism. I mean, that frame holding it in place is literally the bare minimum there is needed. Straight to this glass on the back or sapphire crystal on the front. So it's got no sound deadening, so it's clearly going to be a bit noisier. It isn't that noisy that it puts me off. People are saying, they can hear it once they drive and all that sort of stuff. You know, if you do a particularly aggressive movement, you might hear it, but it's nothing that can't be lived with. So I would say, again, for the noise levels, yeah, I'd live with that, no issues. Good points about the watch then. Right, it is a head turner. You know, you put this on your wrist, someone sees it, they will double take it. I think with the right strap, it brings it out. For me, this is the strap that I think really brings that watch out. You might like the other ones, some people might like the red one, some people like the other stuff. I think getting a nice strap to match a watch really pays dividends. It is beautiful. I catch myself looking at it, watching it, mesmerising myself around it. I said it's so light, you don't know you're wearing this watch. It is titanium. It's 72, 73 grams, I think they say. Yeah, it is everything that it's designed to be, and all that for essentially £200 to £300. So a real bargain. Downsides to it, usability. As I said, I think had they done something better with the annotations, it would probably be a bit more usable. That said, you're buying this probably because of what it looks like, not for the fact it's functionable. The noise, I can live with it. Other people might not quite be so happy. It doesn't have any dates or anything like that, but then that would have probably added more complicated movements and also more part of the skeletonized internal bit. Sorry, cough again. So I think it tells the time, does what it needs to do. They could just made it a little bit better. Now the only other thing is they do this watch in a stainless steel version. It's identical, apart from it's not titanium. Now titanium is lighter and stronger. Apparently, I'm not a metallurgist, apparently a bit more scratchable, whereas stainless steel is less likely to be scratched. So you could argue this is actually a little bit more delicate. And the only difference I can see that is that weight and material. It looks the same, operates the same, has the same movements, has the same everything in it. It's just a different metal, and it's a bit cheaper. So my guess would be, why would you buy the titanium over the steel? And I suppose it's bragging rights. This is the flagship version. It does everything it does. It's just in a better material. However, they now do the stainless steel one in a black anodized version, and that looks proper sexy. I would say if I was buying these watch now, would I buy this watch? Yes, I would. It appeals to me. It looks good. If you like this style of watch, you're clearly going to want to buy it. For the value of money, no issues. Quality control, there have been some people moaning about the quality. It does appear Ciga are pretty good at getting back at people and getting refunds or getting watches replaced. So I would probably say, they're living up to their customer service end of that. If I was buying this style of watch again, I would probably go for the stainless steel black anodized. If you see that on the website, I think it's only in the UK at the moment, but it's just, I think this is beautiful. I think the anodized black one just raises the game a little bit. And for me, that would be the watch that I would go with this sort of strap. You can imagine that, looking black anodized with this black and red tinge to it. Yeah, much, for me, that's all together. Anyway, hope you like the review. It's a good watch. Don't let the bad stuff people talk about put it off. I've had, I think it's beautiful. It's arrived, yes, it arrived late, but Ciga have kept me informed exactly how late it was going to be, and have explained why, and I can kind of accept the global pandemic's done that. The strap's pretty cheap to buy. Buy a new strap for this watch, and you can pimp it out, and away you go.